etiefo na hwefo ma mendam nyina amase emfambra e channel yiso aha enimde news message on notification button obetenin on na subscribe see the any update baby a onso onsa na hwe sabeka no ahwe no like ma bibia aye kamaka etiefo e branch o mangibre ne nkotie nsem kakra ekoso emra
na adino bamba aba akwa the official residence of the vice president.
Hey,
baby, President Mahama. It's not when he was vice president and even president. Any baby, vice president to be about better, and the current vice president, Her Excellency, or no say the private residence.
Yeah,
it's only vacant.
Is this information that you are privy to?
And I will give you the full information. We'll come to that.
Really?
But, yes, but I want. Oh no! If you want us to deal with it, let's zoom in. No, but
it's a serious matter, and coming from you as a ranking on.
Oh yes, you see, and it is terrible in this country. Say, Aban Biaba, not a whole chief justice, no. What to us and so say all pamono without basis. Nemono ogun anyone say Abam chief justice. I say the judiciary. Nasa buying ankasa edi national security architecture ebebo obia wakasetia judiciary no wakasetia arrest warrant edane so no na national security for ebebo say nipa na ho ban no a indictment on the government, a serious indictment, because between Justice Gertrude Arabasaki Tokunu and Kevin Taylor, why innocent ke boni ho ban between Justice Araba Tokunu NDC for Trina Bosu Gunani Mase to spite the judiciary no and Kevin Taylor, what did you do for them? What did he a soft penny for Ghana hanging at them? What did he him for them? Did him penny for beer demo Ghana? What did you want them because Ubi and it don't be eternity and body no, even to the extent to say or Casa de Tia judiciary court no issue arrest warrant to say you find arrest no Emra may appear before the matchroom why he should not be in prison, you know. And if you old Johnny so about Ghana beer national security and a bon home obedru Ghana or the United Airlines and a bedru here and Richie obedru here no the flight. I have all the details. The main thing I will not even want to give the nitty-gritty details. The seats are now so we know Obedru Airport national security for and a coffin no free tarmac and so. And then they found VVIP gate 19.
Hey,
VVIP so former president to be to Kwano Oba Yadenefa. VVIP gate 19 top diplomats and Yadi Omofa. That was a diplomatic courtesy. And this year buying national security at the man. And then they coffin Omofa you yenswa Omo de Koto. The residence, official residence, Memuha, vice president, and the Tinemu, and see a day and a bay or if you glorify some of these things, I will not mess me also. Memphis West being described. You are emboldening the young people, say, to be rewarded in this country. You're ready, say, Ubedi dimpeni fuatem. You can't say, Ubeju Chantro, to whether or a judge, whether or a whether or a sofo, whether or a politician, whether or a businessman, Chantro to so Gunanimas did not attempt because Sasane Coco to crown as a court to be empa. A bino, a bebo buying. Ewa Manoniu, Sagano, even baby, Obeda Kurano, you better elevate to presidential status.
Okay, Reverend.
No, it is terrible, and we must be sad in this country.
Information reaching us indicate that Mr. Sansadeli again has been flown into Ghana. You have the video of the house and all that. Okay, he's been flown into Ghana. Now this Sansadeli is the one who brought Miss Sansadeli to Ghana, the fake doctor who says we shouldn't say she's a criminal. He said we shouldn't say that because no court has said that. She wrote some letters to Metro TV and she's not a criminal or something like that. Okay. So Sansadeli is the one who brought this guy. Now, Sansadeli has been flown into Ghana a while ago. He is reported at the airport when he arrived, and this is what we have been told. We believe, we hope it's not true. We just hope it's not true. He arrived as Kevin Taylor. He went through gate 19. Gate 19 at the airport is reserved ordinarily for high-profile diplomats. So President Kufuor is abroad now. When President Kufuor is coming back, he'll go through gate 19. If a high-profile state official travels, say the Honorable Mike Hammer, and those who are not maybe inside governments, all of those people, they all go through gate 19. That's the gate reserved for high-profile officials. He was met by national security in gross violation. These national security people. And we are getting this information from people. I mean, in gross violation of a court order of a bench warrant. Ministers may or may not be aware. President may or may not be aware. He has arrived in Ghana in gross violation of a court order. The court order was against contempt of court. He spoke certain things in which the court believed was scandalizing the court. Kweku Bako and Haruna Atta went to prison for saying things that the court thought was scandalizing the court. This guy sits in America, scandalizes the court in the name of politics. A bench warrant is issued. His party is in power. So the state security apparatus, sponsored by the taxpayer, goes to pick the guy who has scandalized one of the most important institutions of democracy, the courts. And they bring him in. You have not even heard the worst. The worst is that they send him. He came by United Airlines, according to the story. United Airlines flight UA996 from Washington, D.C. And he came with an entourage, according to the story. He didn't just come, he came with an entourage. And they are up and they are so the people at the airport don't quite see. People were on the flight who told us. And guess what? The report is that sent him to Prestige Lake. Go and live in the house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the same house that John Dramani Mahama lived in as vice president and even as president. When President Mahama was exiting his presidency in 2016, this is the house that he wrote to Nana Akufo-Addo, and Nana Akufo-Addo agreed that President Mahama can have it. Later on, party hawks prevailed on Akufo-Addo by force that President Mahama cannot have it. And so President Mahama had to relocate and find his own place where he has been living until he was re-elected as president. This house is where Aliu Mahama lived in. It's reserved, it's a cocoa board house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the house that has been given to Mr. Sansadeli and his entourage to stay in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. This guy who just finished SS2 not because he can't pay but because he can't learn, and sets up a media organization to basically drop down insults on every important Ghanaian. And because he supports and assists the political party, there's no problem. The political party supporting their own. Every political party supports their own. There's no problem. Akufo-Addo supports his own. John Mahama supports his own. Hassan Ayar his own. But you cannot support your own by using taxpayers' resources to bring in somebody like that the court has scandalized. Now, he is now worried about the bench warrant. So he has filed an application at the Supreme Court. I've spoken to plenty lawyers last night and they all gave their perspective about, oh, this is outrage, oh, this one is that, this is that. And some of the lawyers said, no, the Supreme Court will never accept this. In the next 5 minutes, Lawyer Preku will join me and we'll go to the Supreme Court thing that he has filed. We'll tell you about it and he'll give us the dimensions of it. But this is very interesting and it should be worrisome if it is true that he's staying in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. Yesterday, I texted Minister for Defense. He has not responded, Dr. Mani Boama, and asked him certain questions that you are a Catholic priest, Dr. Mani Boama, you are a Catholic priest. You are Minister for Defense. Who wants his child to be like this guy? Who wants his child to grow up and have an insulting tongue like this guy? Who wants his son to be like this guy? Who wants his daughter to be like this guy? And because of politics, you bring him to Ghana. Why, you think NDC will be in power forever? My goodness, even Kwame Nkrumah was not in power forever. Nkrumah was in power from 1951 up to 1966. Calculate how many years. It was not forever. J.J. Rawlings. Today they do June 4th and Fifi Kwete is angry that NDC didn't participate in the June 4th. The all-powerful J.J. Rawlings. He was in power from 1981 up to year 2000. It ended. How do you do these things? Why do we do these things? Somebody that has insulted everyone, you bring him to Ghana with state money and go and put him in the official residence of the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Jena Nopukwajiman appears to have her own house. She's comfortable with this. She doesn't want to move. So the vice president's official residence is vacant. This is the same place John Mahama stayed as president. This is the same place Muhammadu Bawumia stayed until 2024. This is the same place that Aliyu Mahama stayed. This is the place where a fugitive from justice, against whom there's a bench warrant, is protected by the state apparatus to go and stay. How did we get this information? Because people who are in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. That's how these things leak all the time. People in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. They are grossly unhappy with it. So they are telling us, Charlie, give it to Good Evening Ghana. Oh, this one, give it to Okatechi. Give it to, what is this? What are our people doing? What kind of thing is this? There's a conversation. But why have they brought the guy inside again? Oh, but what is this? If the guy has a cost problem, he should go to court. Why are they doing this? And they say we should send him back out. Yeah, call Good Evening Ghana and give it to him. That's how we get the information. So those who are leading those people, beware. Minister, you are leading them, beware, because they are talking behind your back. And they are thinking that what you are doing is not good. They are talking, they are not MPP people, no. They are state security people. They are talking behind your back. And they are thinking that this thing you are doing is terrible. Look at, we looked at some of the videos that he has done. Trying hard to get some of them that are okay, so we can show on television, so that those who often don't watch, they will get a sense of who we are talking about. We struggled and got a little bit that doesn't have profound insults in it, because that is always the style. Profound insults, that's always the style. Have a look at this. Have a look at this one.
Akonya bia te se toilet you hine se be di anim na musomra eso ase you se be kansam mampuntumra abrabom edian hine na yedi ni sa no edian hine na yedi ni sa no wo na wo ma santeman se yotufo wo na wo se santeman o tom ebi o mon kan kire wo asanteman se e ye wo otufo na otufo te wo na yesi sebio wo na nanom o ba ye no sa nkwase asem we komo so ankenda akonya kasi we enkeda ho most son samfo solodo you broke on nim tia na yeso nyoma so otufo you have limited power. You have limited power. Asante is nothing. Say 2 million asante biem 2 million ni menhia biem emunumpa wo wiase nyina ye showa masarai bebeliza when the Corinthians onibie wo nyina ontumi san bayare Ankan Williams ono so ne ba no so oboda mo se den osoro na wate chain we ni kwate hia te se mmire edidi nkwasi asem o TikTok was Ankan William wa bompa ye wo wiase nyina de brofo abo ontumi san bayare na mo mojibi nyara mensa otabo akotena court e bank board so we wie sika tetram o de nam Ghana osoro na o hye Igbo Focketins
with some application na
Obi, na the for kwa me mente da me wo free kwa me me se woni me bedim komo afa ya kuboboa e bia ya drum me okay kwa de mente da
na mo director legal so frame mon kan bibia san kire mo
be not at all it has been fair san kan bibia general secretary friend kan bibia. In fact, general kwa de me free foods when you no busa arrangement how far because delegates be ashashia almost muba especially one of no ya homboa akotena kamwa ba no some regional organizers class e bia ba bedru so mba be hwehwe baby on beda no na oma welcome mo kama okọ stadium ho sese ya me ka se ya ye hwehwe business trust no e wo so kama sese ina the Joe Wise committee issue ya papa muana wa fremi na me kwa hwe accommodation facility ba ko bi ama yenkofo ni bi na dia fremi agency bi ani be bia e bi mo ba bejato Asempa FM
no say the ultimate kasa injunction the motion has been filed, it's not been granted, and I don't know if the mere filing would act as a stay on you there, but the injunction has been filed. Almost substantive application, and so it's attached to injunction. What the Omo Kenya and it's by proper interpretation of some provisions in the constitution, no, there was a mobile conference. Be say a amendment to constitution. Now some 1 month notice be. Modi amendment the common constituencies in the regional offices almost a money and no breach provisions in the constitution.
Oh, Obi. Says some part there ni be any pano the party nechi. San say Obakaya Brian Saka a year Professor Michael Kwe committee or National Council. Sadanana National Council at the T. Constitutional Amendment Committee, Sam Davis and Adano. But General Secretary Exo Kata Edukoi say Yati Committee na ya accept proposals for your constitutional amendment to be Famra. In fact, Omude proposals ni ya ba Era from Davis Committee International. We na proposals near about 300. And also General Secretary said the Katasa Atachi decided to go back to the region and the constituency. Article 19 A and B there. General Secretary I am doing Yaka AC no. See in the chess I was said when would the back no also almost admin putting in motion. I'm what they are back a conference due to one and it says constitution as a time. If you look at the name yet, and also say it be could be natural to be a ticket.
Now, Article 1025, which says, almost say a declaration that on a true and proper interpretation of Article 1025 of the Constitution of the MPP, the defendant, which is the MPP, cannot organize a national. Okay, plaintiffs ne Shamsuddin Idrisu or Wale Enna
Wale.
Yes. House number WA55 Mosi Fong Ewo Wale Any Boating Kwejo. House number BA122 Ewo Bantama. Only in plaintiffs no.
I want your money
no, me yes, but I mean, Saka rate now stand Omama. In fact, even for the way interlocutory injunction application motion in Podie, Omanya date say 24th July, the court was set on that injunction application. No, in Omanya date. Ebana me kind omu B relief B, you know, almost say based on Article 1025, no. The MPP cannot organize a national annual delegate conference without complying with the 1 month notice of convening the conference to every constituency executive committee.
Obi, at the last notice, National Council meeting.
Yes.
General Secretary at the Assembly say at full council name. So the amendment, you know. Ayakwakwayan. Sunset a Brena, the woman into no council and Makwai. Send your bear, yen yet because we young Conquatwaba. Send your bear, yen yet constituency